Nobody plans to fall in love. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for permission. It just starts happening, quietly, beneath everything else. And science now knows exactly why. It usually starts with proximity, the same class, the same coffee shop, the same train home. You don't think much of it at first, but your brain is already working. Psychologists call it the mere exposure effect. The more you see someone, the more familiar they feel. And familiarity, without you realizing it, slowly becomes attraction. But here's what most people never talk about. The timing has to be right, not for circumstances, but for you. Research shows that people fall in love when they are emotionally open. The exact same person, 1 year earlier, might have meant nothing. Readiness is invisible, but it is everything. Then comes a conversation, not a polite one, a real one. The kind that goes longer than anyone planned, where you say something honest, and they don't flinch. Psychologists have found that mutual self-disclosure, opening up to each other gradually, is one of the most powerful ways two people build genuine closeness. One real conversation can do what months of small talk never could. At some point, something exciting happens between them. An adventure, an unexpected moment, a risk taken together. The adrenaline gets tangled up with how they feel about each other. The brain doesn't separate the two. Psychologists call this arousal misattribution. The excitement of the moment becomes associated with the person, and neither of them forgets it. Then comes the wondering. They can't stop replaying conversations, looking for meaning in small things. Research by Whitchurch and colleagues found something remarkable. Uncertainty actually intensifies attraction. Not knowing exactly where you stand makes the brain think about that person constantly, and the brain mistakes that thinking for feeling. And then they find out. The other person feels it too. This moment, psychologists say, is one of the most powerful triggers of love. Knowing someone is drawn to you activates the brain's reward system in a way almost nothing else can. It isn't vanity. It is the oldest and most human signal there is. You are chosen. As time passes, something quieter happens. They realize they see the world the same way, not the same taste in music, deeper than that, the same values, the same things that make them angry, the same things that move them. Research consistently shows that similarity at the level of values is one of the strongest predictors of lasting love. Not what you like, but who you are. Then, one of them goes through something hard, and the other one shows up, fully, not with advice, not with solutions, just present. Research shows that emotional presence during vulnerability is one of the most powerful triggers of deep attachment. Being truly seen in your worst moment creates a bond that ordinary good times never could. Something else begins to happen. Around this person, they start becoming more. New ideas, new courage, a fuller version of themselves. Arthur Aaron's self-expansion theory shows that people fall deeply in love with those who expand their sense of who they are. Love is not just about finding someone, it is about becoming someone. And somewhere in between all of it, without a single dramatic moment, they are already in love. They don't know exactly when it happened. There was no lightning bolt, just a quiet, invisible accumulation of moments. Research confirms that most deep love forms this way, not in an instant, gradually, and then all at once. That is the science behind falling in love. Not a coincidence, not fate. A very human, very logical story that somehow still feels like magic. If this is your story, you already know it. Subscribe for more.